All right, guys, we are here today. It is election day. I'm curious what we're going to get today, guys. Oh, dude, my knee is hurt. My knee is hurt, man. It hurts, dude. Ugh. Honestly, my knee genuinely hurts. I heard it yesterday somewhere. Oh, man, dude. Today is election day. I'm not really big in politics, but it's a day of interest across the world right now. We can take a look at like Apple, Amazon. Apple down to 220s. A lot of stuff's just choppy. I think everybody's kind of waiting to see what the results of the election are going to be. I'm very neutral politically, guys. I'm not really one to, I'm not really one to be super political. Oh, dude, my knee hurts so bad, man. I don't know what the heck happened to it. Alright, I got one of these bad boys. Let's see. Alright. We're here. We're going to be trading. Today is election day, guys. It is that day today. Honestly, dude, I'm hurt, man. Give me some advice around my knee, everybody. My knee hurts. We also have ISM services. As always, chat. As always, remember, I am terrible at this stuff and have no idea what I'm talking about. Might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Do not copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose money. I have no idea what I might be talking about. Top 3 worst trader of all time ever in the world. Don't sue me. With that said, my knee hurts today, chat. It really does hurt bad. I don't know what happened. I went to jiu-jitsu last night. I must have hurt it somewhere there, bro. This is where it hurts. It hurts on the outside, like on the, it's my left knee. It hurts on the top right side of it. Like the top right side is in a lot of pain. It feels almost like it's the bone, but it hurts the most when I extend my leg. Like if I stand up, if I stand up and extend my leg, oof, that's when it hurts like the most, is if I stand up and extend my leg. It hurts, man. I'm not really happy about it right now. Market's kind of flat. I'm expecting markets to be flat right now. Like if you look at Top Step's restricting trading on all live funded accounts, and honestly, I get why. We'll see what kind of volatility we get today, but man. Justin says that sounds made up, but I'm gonna just trust what you say. Lateral collateral ligament sprain. Ice? Should I go get some ice? You know, it sucks because I'm supposed to go to jiu-jitsu today. My friend's training for a competition, and I'm his size, right? Like I'm 5'10", 5'11", 165 pounds. I'm exactly his size, right? And so he's competing, and so he needed me to like spar with him and roll with him today because I am the most similar to his weight class. And so yeah, it's kind of it's a bummer, honestly. Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you, Justin. It sounds made up, but I'm gonna trust you. IT band. Yeah, so like again, the pain here, chat. Let me see if I got my camera out here. The pain. I'll show you. So oh my gosh, dude, this hurts. The pain. Top 3 knees in the world right here. Look, the pain is right here. Right here is where the pain is. If I extend my knee, like right there, like right this area here. If I extend my knee, it hurts even worse. And it hurts the most if I like stretch my knee out and like really like straighten my knee. That's where it hurts the most. I'm hurt. Man, I'm hurt. Man, dude, what's crazy is that I felt fine last night when I went to sleep. I felt okay. I lay down, I go to sleep, I wake up this morning, and now I'm in excruciating pain. I don't get it. Ugh. I even did good rolling yesterday. You know, I was able to hit. Like, I've been drilling these armbar sweeps where you armbar somebody. Struggling over here this morning. I've been drilling these sweeps where you armbar somebody and they stack you. And then to counter their stacking you, you invert and you take your right hand and you grab their gi pants and you pull their leg out, right? You pull their leg out from under them, and what happens is they end up falling right back into armbar position. And so you can literally do that over and over again until you catch the armbar. And I hit it a couple times, was really happy about it. And everything was fine. I left, came home, went to sleep, woke up this morning, excruciating pain, man. It's terrible. It hurts. Yeah, you should see the other guy, I guess. You should see his knees. But yeah. Look at the weather outside here, man. The weather's all cloudy and water and stretching, bro. All right. Will we get volatility? Honestly, the market's kind of flat, man. It's boring. We don't really have much going on right now. I think I'm going to short if I got to play around with this account. I think the obvious direction is short here. I'm going to take one contract. But I don't think it's so obvious. You know, I went on Top Step TV yesterday, and I'm trying to do my best to trade. But the reality of it is, I was trying to trade at 1 o'clock the day before the election. And so I don't think the edge was super high, especially at like 1 o'clock, which arguably the slowest part of the day. I would say maybe like the 12 o'clock hour, the lunch hour is the slowest, but the 1 o'clock hour, it ain't much better. Yeah, we're shorting right now. But again, I'm not the most confident in any of this stuff. This is a combine account. So we're going to take these election days and play with some challenge accounts. And then we'll probably trade our funded account closer to the opening bell. You know? But yeah, it's in pain, to be honest, man. It's in pain. Yeah, it's super risky holding anything overnight for sure. Right? Super, super risky holding anything overnight. We'll add to this. All right, so we got 2 contracts. Ideally, like, we got a little head and shoulders type pattern, so I just want to see if we fall down, break down a little bit. Okay, so now we're flat on the trade. Super micro semiconductors. I'm probably not going to cover that. I don't think anybody's going to tune in. I don't think it's worth it to tune in. Super micro did bounce back a little bit today, though. But yeah, I just don't think anybody's going to be here. All right, I'm going to take my risk here right now. I know it's really early in pre-market to do this. But if I lose, it's not the end of the world. We'll just come back and, you know, play with it another. Okay, we're up 70, 150, 170. We'll go ahead and take some pieces off of this now. Just kind of lock in, you know, the profit. So we're up about $100, 100 and something on this now. I'll probably add to this too. There's 2 contracts again. We can always add more if it really turns against this. Oh man, I'm hoping my knee feels better, bro. This thing hurts bad. Super micro semiconductors. Do you think I should play the super micro? I could take some magnesium. Alright, so we just took some more off here. I'm gonna get out the rest there. So we ended up making, I don't know what we're up. Today we are up on this account 150 bucks. So a small little gain. I think we could have made more. And I will short this retracement back. One of the things I've been liking on a short-term basis is playing these down and up wicks. I think a lot of the time they fill these wicks, but who knows? We got a cushion. We'll trade with the cushion we have so far today. So we'll risk about $150 on the second trade. Is the music loud? Yeah, I think the music might be loud. I'm building a video. Yeah, we turn the music down. Hopefully that should be better. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Oh man, we are just popping up today. Yeah, I appreciate it, Justin. What a candle, dude. I gotta get out. So now we're down a little bit on the day. I mean, we had already built up some profit previously, so it's not the end of the world, but it's not what I want either, of course. I would love to have made money there. We got a couple of these accounts. We might trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades. Oof. Look at that big retracement. Nice. I mean, the pain it's not good. I mean, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts. Oof. I'm gonna buy this pull back here. Oh my gosh, I entered way too big a size here than I wanted to. I did not want to enter this big a size. I had the contract set at 2, so I entered double my size. I like at least a little bit of a bounce up, but alright, well I guess it worked out, but alright, we got in just 2 contracts like we wanted in the first place. Alright, so we're just not getting great fills. Yeah, no, for sure. Alright, so we're just gonna get out. Not really great fills there, but that's alright. Yeah, so Race earnings this morning. They're down a significant amount here for Race, RACE. They ended up posting I don't see what they posted. I see 375 million quarter 3 net revenue versus 361, so better than expected. Revenue of 1.64 versus 1.63, so slightly better than expected, but the investors are seeing something they don't like because Race is down big. Yeah, I mean, cannabis stocks, there's a lot of different ones, man. The problem, though, with cannabis stocks is in general, right? It depends on which ones you're playing. The reality of it is, federal legalization is very unlikely. You know, what happens if you want to know why cannabis is still illegal? It's because, and again, you know, it depends on how you look at it. The older population has been fed a lot of stuff about how terrible it is. The reality of it is, it's subjective, you know. But I do think that keeping the prohibition of cannabis is bad for people, right? Why do I think it's bad? I think because, in general, most of the damage that cannabis does to people is from it specifically being illegal, right? Meaning you got to go to an illegal drug dealer to get it, and then eventually that illegal drug dealer is going to offer you some other stuff, and thus it's a gateway drug. Whenever if you legalized it, taxed it, you would make tax money from it, as well as you wouldn't have that gateway drug dynamic. You know, but the problem is, like, pain management, like pharmaceutical industries lobby, and they put big dollars up against it. They put big dollars in politicians' hands because they do not want cannabis to be legal. Because if cannabis is legal, there's a better option, a less physically addictive option for people to use outside of their synthetic pain relief medications. And so in turn, they spend big money to lobby against cannabis. And if you want to know why, you know, you'll hear a lot of politicians be like, yeah, we're going to end the prohibition, and then they don't. It's because they get some checks from lobbying organizations, and mostly in the pharmaceutical space. The biggest one is a company called Abbott Laboratories. It's actually a public company, but yeah, the overarching point I'm trying to make here is that cannabis stocks are risky because of that. You know, it's very well known for politicians to be like, yeah, we're gonna do it, we're gonna legalize it, and then they just don't do anything. You know. The results of the election will be known probably by like 10 o'clock tonight. I would say the results will be known. Most people are going to know the results by 10. We'll be able to accurately gauge it by like 10 o'clock tonight. Well, no, I think at a certain point they would admit it. Job or Gob or whatever your name is. It's more so that they just, again, you got to think about, like, money rules the world, of course, right? And you got to think about it like this, right? A lot of the pain medications are physically addicting, which means that, like, you get sick, like genuinely sick, if you try to stop taking it. And you know, as much as these companies act like they care about people, you better believe they want you to keep taking it. You know, they want you to keep buying it. And so what happens is, like, cannabis is not physically addictive at all. Right, and it's natural for the most part, you know. So, like, even if you hear people with religious complaints about it, like, oh, cannabis, it's the terrible thing, it's the devil drug, or whatever they say. But the reality of it is, if you look at it objectively, if you are religious, if there is a God, wouldn't you think he would prefer something natural versus something synthetic, physically addictive? You know, like cannabis, I mean, I'm not telling anybody to use it, of course. I don't personally use it. I was always too paranoid and too kind of, you know. But yeah. But in the end, it's not as dangerous as a lot of these, like, pharmaceutical drugs. Is the big point about it. But with that said, who knows when it's going to be legal, right? It's going to be a long road. And they're just trying to delay the legalization for as long as they can. So you have stocks like Tilray, you have stocks like ACB, you've got stocks like APHA. Like, a lot of these stocks have been around for years. Like 2018, there was a cannabis boom almost a decade ago where people thought that cannabis was going to be legalized. And then it just never happened. You know, lobbyist groups started lobbying politicians. If you want to know, and here's the way you can tell. If you ever hear a politician that refuses to state their stance on it, right? That's why. It's because they're getting some PAC money from lobbyist groups. Yeah, it is what it is. Again, I'm neutral on it. I'm not here to say good or bad, but yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what time everything's going to be announced. I know we'll probably know who's going to win by 10 o'clock tonight. Let's see what else we got, chat. Yeah, I have no idea a run. I have no idea, guys. Again, I'm not going to really root for either side. Like, I think some people know that I'm political free, that I'm politics free, and I'm not really going to root for either side, but they want me to talk about something controversial so they can troll or whatever, and I'm just not really about that. Again, I'm very neutral politically. I'm not really rooting for either side, and that's honestly pretty true to how I am in general as a person. I'm just not a big politics person. All right, so we got this big bounce back here. We're very, very flat in markets, guys. We're very, very flat. We're going to try to buy up this down wick here. My knee is all jacked up, man. It hurts. All right, so we're green here, chat. We're green. So we're up a small amount here. I'm trying to slowly chip away. It's pretty early to take positions. Usually after the bell I get some better action, but yeah, no, not you, Wesley. It's all good. Again, this is just a challenge account. I'm gonna buy this. It's actually a very bearish candlestick pattern, but I'm just gonna play around and see if we can buy up this down wick or this up wick. See if we can ride some chop is what I'm looking to do. Yeah, thanks, Con. Appreciate it. We made a little bit on this trade, not a lot, but that's kind of the point. Anything happening today that can affect the market? Oh, I don't know, man. Definitely haven't read anything about politics at all today, huh? On social media, right? So we're up a little bit here. We're up $35 here. We had a lot larger of a gain that we could have made from this. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this and just ride off in the sunset green with this one here. Hey, thank you for the donation though, brother. Yeah, it's the election day that's going to influence things, I think. It's honestly kind of busy already for the stream here. It is an election day, so I'm not really super shocked. Like, we got some numbers today, but... Very choppy range. I don't know how to approach this. Like, maybe we'll short if we get some good stuff here. Maybe. We gotta wait for it, though. Maybe we should have short. Even if we knew the election winners would be up in the air, how to play it. Yeah, I mean, again, guys, there's a few things that you want to understand today. The first one, market's probably about to be choppy, okay? There's a lot of indecision, a lot of apprehension, a lot of neutral investors today, because everybody ultimately understands that, a lot of traders just don't know what to do. It's an election day. I can't remember how the market behaved the last election. I was trading during the last election in 2016. And so again, we're going to start reviewing overnight activity. We're going to look at stocks, see what's moving in markets here. The first thing I see is some earnings here. We got like Marathon Oil come out with some earnings this morning. We got Global Foundries, a couple small ones. Ferrari released earnings that it's reacting pretty negatively to. Yum Brands exec says call most pronounced regional headwinds continue to be. So I'm looking at some other stocks. Amazon is slightly green. If we look at Apple, it's slightly red. If we look at Tesla, it is very green. So Tesla's actually up a significant amount here. So we put up Tesla. The market's just so boring. Now, you could look at this choppy market and be like, hey, this is boring. Or you could also say, hey, maybe we'll get some really obvious ranges. I think the ranges recently are some of the most obvious things here. You know, I think the ranges here are incredibly obvious. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to follow this range, but we do have some really obvious highs and lows of this trend here. This is a 5-minute chart, right? So I think we have to look at short-term range. And when we see the short-term range, I think it's pretty clear. Oh, sorry. Let me draw this with actual lines on the chart instead. So short-term range, again, this is a 5-minute chart that we've been playing here. Short-term range is here. And I think this range is pretty clear, right? Pretty obvious little range. 5-minute range. We'll see what happens. That's the short-term range. Now, the long-term range, when we zoom out, honestly, is pretty obvious too. Like, look, so the long-term range is here, right? So that's the long-term range. When we zoom in on a 5-minute chart, here's the short-term range. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to hold in any of this. Which way do you think the market's going from here? I guess is the big question. Do you think the market's going to go up, down, or sideways right now? Thoughts on AMC earnings surprise with profit? I don't know, man. So what's AMC expecting? We're going to stream that one live on Thursday like we always do. At the very least, it'll give us... Oh, no. AMC earnings are tomorrow, right? Wait, or are they today? No, they're tomorrow. Or are they today? All right, yeah, let me see. I'm pretty sure they're tomorrow. Yeah, all right, yeah. AMC earnings tomorrow. They're expecting a 7-cent loss per share on $1.32 billion in revenue. 7-cent loss per share, $1.32 billion in rev. Yeah. So again, here's the short-term range. We got the long-term range. Good morning, John and all. What's up with your AI image? I mean, it's just it looks strange because my head is about 500% larger than my body, which just means I'm smart. I got a big brain here, bro. Of course, it's kind of meant to look funny. Not much retail investing today. Yeah, honestly, we'll see what we get. I'm guessing we're going to get choppy behavior today. That's what I'm guessing, but who freaking knows, man? We might get volatility. If stuff starts to change. So a lot of people are advising that the elections are pretty close. They're counting on silent voters. But yeah, a lot of people are claiming that the election's very close. So again, Marathon Petroleum posted some numbers here. They posted 187 versus 98 cents expected. Revenue of 32.84. We'll put these numbers up in chat. There's Marathon Petroleum MPC. I think that's one of Warren Buffett's companies. Bobblehead thumbnail. I love it. Laugh at the thumbnail. Yeah, for sure. Right? Like we use these. We're just trying to have fun here, man. We can't take ourselves too seriously. The mistake most people make on YouTube is that they try to be too serious. And you got to be able to just laugh at yourself and make fun of yourself. If anything, like, it's the Conor McGregor effect. Some people tune in because they want to make fun of you, and that's okay. They're still tuning in. Some people tune in because they like you and they want to see you do well. Yeah, no, so the Top Step thing, Top Step showed me this yesterday too. So I can just type a number, 15 minute. If I click on this chart right here, right, I can just type a number, 15 minute, wait, 15 minute, boom, 15 minute chart, 30 minute, boom, 30 minute chart, 1 hour. Oh, it does, 1 hour, boom, 1 hour chart. 30 seconds, boom, 30 second chart. That's a really cool aspect of Top Step X I never knew before. I like a 5-minute chart though. 5-minute chart, boom, there we go. Very useful part of Top Step X. But yeah, here's Marathon Petroleum's numbers here. They posted 187 versus 98 cents, revenue of 32.84. Yeah, I'm a Saints fan, and the Saints are not doing great, man. They are not doing great. Honestly, we fired our head coach yesterday for the Saints. The Saints fired their head coach. So Dennis Allen got fired. He got the boot. Honestly, it was time. He lost, 7 games in a row? We lost to Carolina. We lost to North Carolina. Or was it South Carolina? Wait. Yeah, we lost to the Panthers. Yeah, we lost to the North Carolina Panthers. Worst team in football. We lost to them. Honestly, he's a good defensive coordinator. He's not a good offensive coordinator, and I think that's very clear. He doesn't make good offensive plays. And even if he's not the one making those plays, we just didn't have rhythm this year. And the part of it, like, we had some stuff happen. Part of it was that we had some great – we were undefeated first 3 games. Everybody was pumped for the Saints, right? And I think that's what made it even worse because everybody got super hyped up 3 games in, hadn't lost yet. And then we just lost 7 in a row. Never won again after that. And so I think that got people really emotional. And one thing I know being from Louisiana is that people love the Saints. Like, they love the Saints. That's like a huge part of a lot of people's identity. And so, they don't play with it at all. I don't think it's that simple. All right, chat. At the bottom of the range here, we are at the bottom of the range. I guess I'm gonna bet on a, like, look, I think I'm gonna bet on a short here. I know this is like a really weird position, and that's okay, because I think we've been in this range for so long, eventually this range is gonna break, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bet it's gonna break on the downside. I'm gonna add to it too, take up the 3 contracts. We're basically flat on this account on the day so far. We'll add to it. I wanna see us retest the bottom of this range, and I'll cut it if we do. It's the FOMC week too, which is crazy. So if you guys had a good or bad week, I'm going to add one more contract to this, and then we're going to be very quickly cutting this if it doesn't go in my favor. I'm going to unload a piece of this. Just lock it in. We took 3 contracts off. Or we took 1 contract off. It's a political company, PP. That's all I'll say. I don't know much else about it. It's a political company that I'm not messing with because it's based around politics and the elections coming up. So I'm just not going to touch it, not going to, you know, buy it. It's too risky. So hope that makes sense. All right, so we unloaded a piece of a chunk of this position now, and we're kind of flat on the rest. Even if it goes in my favor, that's okay. I just don't want to risk it too much. We do have a video coming soon on a full walkthrough of getting funded on Top Step. Does he really? All right, so we're down slightly here. Well, let's watch Tesla. I'm curious where Nvidia's at too. So Tesla. Here's Nvidia. Nvidia at 137s. I'm trying to sit in this and be patient here, but we'll see. Nvidia's up to 137s. Did it drop? Let me see. So where's Nvidia at on the day overall? So Nvidia here. Nvidia's up on the day. Choppy day yesterday, choppy day the day before, choppy day the day before that. Now it's just kind of like, are we going to get more choppiness today, or what's going to happen here? Yeah, didn't get this one in. Yeah, you just don't want to be like, listen, guys, so we're in a challenge account. We might take some trades. The only thing I'll ask from you today is don't be one of those people that tries to criticize trades that we make today. Like, the variance is so high. The variance is so high today, you know? So, like, nobody knows what's going to happen. super difficult. It's always easy to wait until a trade's done and then critique it like you knew best or whatever. But super variance ridden day, super variance heavy day. Alright, so now flat here. And how many hours? I would say what's right now? It's 8:30 market time right now. I would say by like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, give or take. It might be longer than that. It depends on what the numbers show up as. But like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. Yeah, I'm just ready for it to end, bro. Honestly, I'm super excited that this thing's over with soon. So I'm super excited this thing's over with soon. How you doing? I went and got out of that trade, so we ended up losing there. But again, this is a challenge account. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. So choppy market. Still in this range, though. Maybe we should have followed it. All right, guys, so we're here, trappy choppy. Yeah, so again, like I said, we're going to be playing combine accounts today. If we do trade our funded account, we're going to be trading micro contracts. So stick around. I have no idea what we're going to get. We're going to switch to this one here. I have no idea what we're going to get now. And again, we might trade some of these off stream. It might just be easier to. Right, so we got a little dip that we were looking for here. The question is, do we start to break down now? Yeah, definitely top 5 most humble ever. That's what I was going for. You know, when I decided to do these thumbnails, you know, I had a couple options here. You know, I said, hey, I can be humble, top 3 ever, or I can just show them how smart I really am by making my head 500% larger than my body. You know, and it was a tough choice, but in the end, I decided to go with making my head 500% larger than my body on the thumbnail as a symbolic gesture of my humility through showing everybody how big my brain is. Definitely worked. I think definitely worked because you guys are here now. And, you know, listen, we try our hardest, but sometimes, you know, the humility just comes out, and that's okay. You know, we live our life on these thumbnails. It was the right choice. Yeah, no, for sure. All right, guys, NVIDIA choppy. Everything's basically choppy today. I don't know what we're going to get. We're just going to spaz out on some of these. Yeah, so I'm looking at Tesla. Tesla back up to 250s, which is interesting because I think Tesla's one of those stocks. Tesla's one of those stocks that this election could kind of like make or break short-term price action for Tesla. I think Elon has put himself way too associated with the outcome of this election. You know, meaning like if the other person wins, Elon and Tesla might be in shambles. And so I just don't know how smart that is. I really don't know how smart that is. Somebody's talking about copper. Yeah, I know super micro semiconductors are tonight. What's copper symbol on futures? All right, so FCXHG is copper symbol. Okay, copper up a lot today too, yeah. Yeah, I know, I was talking to my wife, Max. So yeah, I was speaking, but I was speaking to my wife. My wife keeps coming in here. Again, guys, I'm hurt. All right, so it's 8:30 right now, chat. 8:30. Yeah, it's the election day, man. Tesla gapping up some. I'm watching NVIDIA too here, though. Like, I want to see what happens to NVIDIA. Nvidia 137s. Market's starting to bounce up. We're in the middle range though. So we're right in this middle range. Jeffrey. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the donation, Jeffrey, but you know me, brother. I'm just not political, man. But the problem with that mindset, and again, I'm not rooting for either side here. The problem with that mindset is that if it doesn't happen that way, then it's the end of a lot of stuff for them, right? And then it's even more risky, you know. So basically, he's putting all his eggs in one basket, and if that basket breaks, problems happen. No, they're fine, man. I don't mind taking some dumb trades every now and then. Frost, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't. Like, for me, you gotta understand, I am just having fun with the show going on Top Step. So I did end up getting eliminated on this other account. I gotta just trade with the trend. It's just so difficult to. But no, I don't mind taking some fun trades. I'm on that show to have fun on there. It's just the problem with the time frame is that it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's so boring. There's not really much going on. The action's slow. It's 1 o'clock. Wait. Back to when my Discord name was Nick Papa Giorgio. Oh yeah, the U.S. trade balance just came out. My bad, guys. Here. So the trade balance data showed up at minus 84.4 versus minus 84.1 billion. For the goods trades balance showed up at minus 108.69 billion. The international trade balance came in at minus 84. So I'll put this data up on screen. Not a huge release though. Not really gonna move stuff. But here's the good trades balance right there. Yeah, you know, I think it's a tough market, man. I think like the media is so influential over everything. And I think most people are somewhat in the middle politically, right? Like most people are somewhat in the middle, right? Like if I always said if you root for one side 100%, in terms of policies, you're either desperate to fit in or not very smart, right? And so I think that's what happens. I think people base their whole identity around it. I'm just ready for it to end. I really am. I'm just ready for it to end. I'm gonna buy this downtrend here. 2 contracts. Kind of a middle range trade though. I was just about to take some, but I missed the button. Here, we'll go ahead and take half off there. We just locked in half. Canada's actually a really nice country. I like Canada. I got some family in Canada. My stepdad passed away a few months ago. Rest in peace to Stan. Good dude, just a really nice guy. He's from Canada. He was married to my mom for decades. Just a really good guy. Canada's got a really fun culture too. Like the people are super nice. The food is good. Honestly, the country of Canada is beautiful, right? All right, so we're gonna exit there too. Yeah. So we got this big rebound. Again, we're kind of in the middle range now. We'll wait. We got ISM manufacturing PMI data too. Yeah, Canada's really nice in the summer though. In the winter, it's a little cold and miserable, but in the summer, it's super nice. Super nice. Yeah, I'm assuming the market's going to be flat today, but it's really hard to tell, man. It really is. Like, we could get a lot of volatility or we might get absolutely nothing. It's very difficult to gauge. Ugh, dude, honestly, my knee is jacked up, bro. It really is. So we're up there. Again, we're middle range, calm before the store. So I don't know what happened to my knee. I went to jiu-jitsu yesterday and, trained well, did fine. When I rolled, I did fine. When I woke up this morning, dude, my knee hurts, bro. Like, look, again, I'm going to show it again. It's hard for me to even stand up, dude. Oh, like, look at this. So my knee right here. This knee right here. Like right on this side, on the inside of my knee here, right? Like this area right here, like this area right here hurts terribly. Like it hurts the most when I extend, ouch. It hurts the most when I extend my knee, it's bad, right? But even if I'm just sitting here, if I push on it, it's tender. Again, I have no idea what happened to it, genuinely no idea, but it freaking hurts, man. I gotta trade the longer term trend here. Yeah, I have a friend that's an X-ray technician. Yeah, so I'm explaining to my friend what happened to my knee. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to roll today, but still. Yeah, I mean, I don't really vote. Rub CBD. Try knee support. Yeah, I have some knee braces. Yeah, I'm just ready for this thing to freaking end, man. Honestly, the market's so boring and flat right now. Tesla's up. Nvidia's down. Apple's down. Nvidia's up. Amazon slightly green. Apple slightly red. Meta slightly green. Google slightly green. So most stuff's slightly green, but there's not a lot of most stuff is slightly green, but there's not a lot of good action here. Yeah, I'm ready for the political stuff to stop too. All right, so we finally got to pull back in this trend. Did Palantir go all the way back down again? So yeah, Palantir did have earnings yesterday. They're up to almost 49s. Almost 49s. Man, Palantir had a crazy good reaction earnings. They beat EPS, revenue, and raised guidance for Palantir. And so it's not a shock that they're killing it. They're doing great. Yeah, the rest of the week's going to be interesting because there's the FOMC meeting on Thursday. There's jobless claims on Thursday. There's ISM services today at 10 a.m. We got ISM services about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, it's rainy, stormy, cloudy over here on my end today for sure. $6 or $7 trillion is on the sideline waiting for the election to be done. Yeah, Palantir valuation is crazy. I don't know, man. I think Palantir is a growth stock right now. If you look at if you look at their EPS graph, which is really what you want to look at, right? Which is margins for Palantir, and this is something that we covered yesterday. If you look at their margins, you know, this is a company that IPO'd pre-profits, and you know, again, they IPO'd pre-profits. The last, you know, 2 years, they've been finally profitable, including this last one where they were, what, 9 cents? So yeah, so this, I don't even think this is updated from yesterday, but this next one was like 9 cents, or what did they show yesterday? They showed something positive. And so, yeah, Palantir is just a growth company. Like, it's a company that IPO'd pre-profits, and now look at the growth spike. So the growth on the bottom, like, look at this. So you can see the growth right here on the bottom side. And so Palantir up big. They're up big on their earnings report. They're almost up to $50 a share. You know, and this is probably one of those companies, I'm assuming here, unless AI turns as a sector, this is one of those companies that's going to get big quick, in my opinion. Right? I might be wrong. I might be wildly wrong, but Palantir is a company that might be big quick. It just depends. You know, they're already getting pretty big. Market cap's rising. It's one of those companies where you see it, it's a mid cap, and then all of a sudden it's a blue chip, and, you know, sometimes they don't ever go back, at least not for a while. I'm not saying it's not going to go down. I think it is pretty extended on the upside short term. I mean, this thing is up massively when you look at a long-term chart. Massive, massive spikes. Like here's a daily chart for Palantir. So, you know, obviously 2024 opening the year up under $20 is up over 100%. You know, honestly, it's getting pretty close to, wait, 200% gains. Yeah, it was almost $15, so 15 times 4 is 45. It's now over 50 right now. It's at, so I mean, this thing's right around 200% increase on the year already in just 2024. So the extension's certainly there. But it doesn't mean it's going to go down, right? One thing you learn is just because something's extended does not necessarily mean it goes down. It might, we'll see. But Fed meeting is on Thursday. Yeah, we're sideways still, sideways range, not doing much. Be interesting to see what Nvidia does after quarter 3. Yeah, for sure. Again, we do have ISM services PMI today. ISM services. Yeah. Super choppy still. Yeah, so we do have ISM services dropping after the bell today. Yeah, so again, we are going to be trading if we could find some good action. Tesla now dipping to 247s. A lot of people watching Nvidia. We do have ISM services dropping at 10 a.m. We're still in this trend that we drew all morning. Yeah, so there's some interesting, like I'm looking at some of these markets where you can trade derivatives around the election, like Kalshi is one, Kalshi. Right now they have Trump at 59% versus Harris at 41% odds. I'm not saying I agree with these at all. I'm just looking at what people are actually betting on here, which is interesting. What else can we bet on? Who will win the election? Who will win North Carolina? Who will win Pennsylvania? Electoral college margin of victory, popular vote, swing states, closest state in the presidential election, Senate margin of victory. I'm looking at some of these here. So I can bet on interest rates. Will the Fed cut rates at their November meeting? Wait a minute. Wait. Are these the real odds? Bro, please sign me up to this. I'm going to... Ooh. Look. Will the Fed cut rates? Of course they're cutting rates in November. Okay, hold on. How much do I have to bet here? Oh. I mean, I don't know. This is actually risky. I was going to say, if this is a better margin, so if I bet $4,000 on a rate cut for November, I win $74. That's not... I thought it was better than that. They gave it a 69% chance, which means that a 29% chance... Of course we're going to cut rates, but still, I mean, betting 4,000 to win 0.74% is not nearly enough for that, unfortunately. No. Yeah, again, even though it's super, like, look, that's probably the right odds, right? Like a 0.74% chance of anything outside of a rate cut is probably about right? It's overwhelmingly probable that we're gonna cut rates on Thursday this week, right? That's pretty freaking likely. But there's always a chance we don't. You don't know what Jerome Powell, Big Papa's gonna do. What is that on my eye? Y'all see my eye? Look at this. Look at this line here. I don't know what that is. I can see it. I don't know if I got like scraped or something, and like if I like scraped my eye at jiu-jitsu yesterday or something. Look at that. Weird. Yeah, dude, it hurts, man. It hurts. Oil, micro NASDAQ breaking down, called it. Yeah, I mean, what you do know is that everybody calls everything on the stock market. The problem I have with most of the chat call-outs is that, and again, it's all love here, guys, okay? The problem I have with most of the chat call-outs is, like, they'll make 4 or 5 call-outs. And then the one that works, right? Like, maybe, like, a couple out of theirs work, maybe, but they'll never focus on the ones that don't work. And they'll only hyper-focus on the ones that work. So they'll make 5 call-outs and be like, yeah, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. The one that does work out of 5, they're like, see, I called it. It's like, well, yeah, but you also called 5 other things prior to that, and you were wrong about it, you know? And I'm not saying that's you, whoever said that. Who said that? Jared. Yeah, I'm not saying that's you. It's all good. You know, I'm just saying, you know, I get it. I like to toot my own horn, too. I can't judge. On the inside of your knee. Let me see where my meniscus is. No, this one's higher than my meniscus, right? This isn't my meniscus. This is, it's higher. Like the pain that I have in my knee is like, it's on the top end of my knee. Really, it feels like right where my knee joints connect, or my knee bones connect, right? Like that's where it feels like, right around where my knee bones connect, on the all the way on the right side. So this is only on the right side. It honestly feels better right now. Gonna keep my knee up like this. Jiu-jitsu yesterday. So BJJ yesterday, certainly where I hurt myself. Yeah, we got this range that we drew earlier here. All right, market's coming down a little bit. What are their earnings? Saw you on Top Step TV yesterday. Hey, what's up, Louie? Thanks, man. Yeah, bro, we're just hanging out here. Honestly, my knee hurts. Freaking jujitsu, bro. It feels really good because, like, I've gotten much better at it, right? And that's the good part about jujitsu is, like, you start it, you get just destroyed the first few months. But if you stick with it, you get pretty good at it, and it's a really good, again, the easiest correlation is probably like video games. As much as it might be cringy to hear, video games, if you're like a video game player, I'm like a competitive person. I love to compete, challenge myself, compete against other people. Video games was one outlet that I always had for that. Business is another, you know? And jiu-jitsu is just a great way to do it, right? You start doing it, you get beat up. But once you get better at it, it becomes really, really fun. Really, really fun. Again, I've been drilling this sweep where any of my jiu-jitsu practitioners might know it. So if you armbar somebody, I like armbarring people from guard, right? So I throw the armbar up. If they defend against it through stacking me, right? Which is one of the defenses against armbars. You stack the person. You basically get on top of the person and squish them. One of the sweeps that I learned is that if I invert my hips, grab their leg with my right arm, with my free arm, I cup their arm with this. If I grab their leg and pull it out and then move my hips, they'll fall over, and I'll get right back in the armbar position on top and be able to rinse and repeat that until the armbar happens. And so I was drilling that a lot yesterday, inverting a lot. I don't know if that's where I hurt my knee, but it's all messed up, man. It hurts. I really don't like to tell people what I trade because I'm afraid that one person will do the same trade and get wrecked. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always tell people, look, traders are in charge of themselves. Look at this big dip, right? So we got this big drop right around 8 a.m. I'm curious what this is. So maybe the U.S. Red Book came in at 6%. Yeah, well, the internet's the internet, right? And again, like, no matter, look at this drop right now we're getting in markets, guys. I don't know if this is the Red Book data or what, but what a drop right now. Again, we do have ISM Services PMI data after the bell today. We got Lagarde speaking in a couple minutes. Import-export data came out at 8:30. Good trade balance. But I don't see anything that should cause this drop. Why are we dropping like this, chat? Yeah, no, it's fun, man. I mean, I'm going to get hurt. That's okay. It's the first real injury I've had in over a year. But yeah, so it's on the internet, right? So no matter what I do, no matter what trade I take, you know, haters will be silent when I win, and then when I lose, they'll get really loud. Most of the time, they just, for whatever reason, are just unhappy with themselves. And that's life, right? Like, one thing that you don't see profitable traders do is critique other traders regularly, right? Like, profitable traders are not usually big haters of other traders. You know, that usually just stems from, like, an insecurity of some sort. You don't see profitable traders going around like attacking other traders and talking about other traders' strategies or anything like that because they're too busy making their own money and doing their own thing. The ones that you see really get loud about it and that are super vocal and hateful about it are usually just self-conscious traders. And so once you get past that, you got to learn. You got to take your own edge, do what you got to do, make your own assessment of the markets, and that's the right way to be. I'm still waiting to trade. We're going to wait. We did break down under this trend line that we drew. So look at the trend break here. I don't know what's causing this big downward pressure. But something is, because the market just turned. It's not really any economic data either. We didn't really have anything except for like New Zealand something. But nothing really big. Again, Lagarde speaks in 30 minutes right at the opening bell. We got S&P Global Composite data and Services PMI at 9:45. The big one is the ISM PMI at 10 though. We have some bond auctions this afternoon at 1. I think it's something that busy people don't do on a general basis. Yeah, I mean, look, I've known a couple people, and it is what it is, right? But I've known a couple people, most of the time it just stems from unhappiness with themselves, you know? Like, I've known a lot of people where they talk a big game about what they're going to do in life. They're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be the most successful guy ever. You know, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. They're really critical of others. And then when they don't end up doing it, and I'm a competitive person, so I want to, I want to do well too. But when they don't end up doing whatever they say, they end up just kind of going around lashing out at people that do. I've known a lot of people, and most of the time they're just sitting at home. They don't have much to do. All right. Today, unfortunately, people will be traded today based on, super micro semiconductors. I would normally cover their earnings, but again, they are so. I don't think we're gonna get that many people tuning in to super micro earnings today. Like, well, we usually cover it, and I think it's an interesting earnings report to cover. But we just don't have much else going on. We've got some other stuff going on today in terms of the election, and so I just don't think a lot of people will pay attention to it. Yeah, I've disliked other people. I've disliked other channels. I've disliked other YouTubers. I've never disliked them enough to where I go harass them on their channel. I think that shows a deeper level of insecurity, And I just try to avoid all that. Again, I'm not even claiming to be a good trader. But it's really funny because, like, the people that are claiming to be such great traders, right? Like, especially the ones selling courses. Like, listen, if you're that good of a trader, show your broker statements. Show all of them, right? Because what better credibility boosting thing is there besides showing your broker statements? And what I mean is, like, not just one statement one month, but every single month show your broker statements. If you don't, you're probably hiding that you're not as profitable as you claim to be. Because again, if you're really making that much money, right? And imagine you're selling a course. What better thing to do than, if you're really making money like you claim to be, than show your full broker statements every single month, right? You could say, hey guys, look at how much money I make. It's proof. It's undeniable proof, right? And so what you see instead is you see a lot of them showing broker statements from 1 or 2 months out of the year, right? And they use it as some type of credibility boosting thing. The problem is that that's probably the 1 or 2 months that they're actually making money, right? The rest of the months you should be suspect about. And so in the end, I always try to tell people the same thing. Like, look, I'm not an expert. Hopefully you guys can recognize the truth. I believe a lot of people have spent so much time and energy learning how to day trade that they want to believe like you can make all this money and do all this different stuff. And so they're more likely to kind of ignore the red flags and kind of get in on that type of stuff. But yeah. NXPI. So I'm hearing Pawn talk about NXPI. Does it have earnings today? It's down a lot for NXPI. And look at the break of the trend. So we finally did get this break of the trend. We're right at the previous closing price for the NASDAQ. Literally right at the previous closing price for it. We're sitting right there at the previous close. What's up, Cheryl? Damn, John, what you just said made me feel like crap. Why? Are you going around? People can't be happy for others who are winning when they're not. 100%. It's what it is. Again, the biggest haters that I've had are people who have tried to create their own YouTube channels and failed. 100%, right? Again, I know a couple different examples that, like, I've had people who, and it's weird because, like, my family knows their family. Right, so like my family knows their family. They hear they hear that I have a YouTube channel, and so then they want to be my best freaking friend. But then they start behaving weird, right? And they start like I see these weird trolls pop up, like praising them and attacking me, and like you just see some huge red flags. Just such a lack of discipline for a person to behave this way. But then when you look at them, it's like they had when I really hear the history of this person, they tried to create another channel before and got booted out of that channel, right? And so now they've got this scorn thing where they wanted to be a YouTuber and they're not. And it's like, dude, I don't even want to be a YouTuber. Like, I just like the stock market and I let people watch me talk about finance every day. That's all it really is. YouTube's great. I certainly do this to make money, but it's not something where, like, I don't know. It is what it is. It means to an end. All right, so again, NASDAQ right at the previous close, right under the volume weighted average price. Very, very, very flat. Very, very, very choppy. I think I would love to just attack choppy trends today. I really would. I just don't know if we're going to get sudden big bursts of energy. And I think we also could just get big swings. I think we might be choppy, but it might be big range choppy looking like this, where we just have big upswings and big downswings and then big upswings and then big downswings, you know. And so unless we're going to take small positions like here or here or here, you know, like I just think it's risky. And I think it's very difficult to gauge direction. Yeah, I'm gonna start, like, are you really getting paid? Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, here, don't listen to the LRHC spammers. Like, these are children that, or these are like people who basically spam. Again, if a company's so weak that it is under $1 per share and it has a downtrend like this, again, this is the wrong channel to spam this. Like, look, so you hear people talking about this company. These are bots, right? They're either bots or they're coordinated groups that just go from room to room trying to promote their stocks, right? The problem, though, is that these are some of the worst companies in the world. Like, look at this. This thing has no liquidity, no buyers, which is probably why they're targeting it like this. Look at the long-term trend, though. This is a terrible, terrible company. And so what these people like that you see in my room right now are trying to do is they're trying to pump it up to make these big squeezes like this, and they're going to try to leave you holding the bag of it, right? So they're trying to pump this thing up and then dumping it on you if you're gullible enough to buy this thing. Do not buy LRCH. It is a terrible, terrible company. The long-term trend is horrible. It's under $1 per share. It probably makes no money. And if a company is under $1 per share, it's gotten themselves in a really bad spot. Do not listen to the spammers here trying to promote this. Again, they're either coordinated groups in like a Discord where they're just going from stream to stream, or they're not even people in general and they're just bots. So just do not buy LRHC, especially not listening. Again, you're almost certainly going to get caught in a pump and dump, which is what it looks like they're doing here. Again, if a company gets himself in this position where they're 78 cents a share, if every time it spikes, it gives it right back, that means that these pump and dump groups are just targeting it for that exact reason. So I would be very careful with these. Basically, be careful. Here's NVIDIA. We're at 137s here, 137s. Ugh, dude, I'm hurt, man. Yeah, so, for instance, sounds like it could be an MCL strain. How swollen is it? Doesn't look too swollen, to be honest, man. I'm trying to look at it compared to my other leg. It doesn't look that bad. All right, Chad, we got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. Do I want to short this? I don't freaking know, man. Yeah, just ban them. They're coordinated groups trying to target us. Again, if you haven't already, we're trading on Top Step today. Limit your risk. If you're going to day trade, try a funded account program. Most day traders lose. It doesn't matter what course you take, who you follow, anything like that. Most day traders are going to lose. And so if you risk your own money, you're probably going to lose it. If you fund your own account, you're probably going to lose it. And that's almost all traders in day trading. In the futures market, there's no PDT rule if you want to learn to day trade. You can day trade the S&P and futures, the NASDAQ, gold, the Russell, the Dow. Patterns are super similar in index funds to actual blue chip stocks, but there's no PDT restrictions. And so you can get started for less. And these funded account programs are allowed where they give you a demo and they test your skill with it. If you pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for it. And if you were going to buy a demo account with real-time data in the futures market, it'd probably cost you about $50 a month or something like that, right? So the value is there. But this is like a souped-up demo account where they give you a demo. If you can hit 3,000 in profit on the base one without losing 2K, so a 3-to-2 ratio, reasonable ratio, they fund you 50K, 90% split. And so your split is 90%. It's similar to funding yourself, but your risk is $49 a month. If you lose, you're out $50. It's not the end of the world. It's a very small amount of risk versus funding your thousands in your own account and probably losing that. It just makes sense, right? And the big edge on Top Step is that there's zero commission and only a tiny amount of fees per trade. And so if I trade micros, it's like 74 cents in fees. If I trade regular NASDAQ E-mini, it's like $2.80 in fees. It's a tiny amount of fees per trade. But again, they're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. They pay me money, so I'm biased. But again, I genuinely think this is good for traders. And if you want to learn to day trade, do not fund your own account. It makes absolutely no sense. If you think you're going to be some outlier that's actually going to get rich and profit, you're probably not. It's much better to try Top Step's funded account program, the most legit one in the world. They've paid out over $100 million to their traders. Again, I'm biased, of course, but check them out. It's a great way to learn. All right. All right, so now we're bouncing up. Yeah, Palantir going crazy, man. Again, I'm waiting for my trades today. I don't know what we're gonna get. I'm trying to be patient. I'm looking at a 5-minute chart on a lot of these, but watching NASDAQ. Yeah, make sure my studies are up. Yeah, we got 14 minutes, chat. 14 minutes until we day trade the opening bell. So we're here. Hey. Yes, FOMC week as well, guys. So. All right, buddy. Here, come here. I love you, buddy. Hey, get ready for school, okay? I love you, man. Have a good day, bud. Love you guys. All right. So Tobias, EM, Corey. All right, guys. Hey, we got 12 minutes left. 12 minutes. Look at Tesla come back up. Honestly, we've been in this trend. We had a smaller trend here that we just kind of broke out of. And I think this trend was really obvious. And now we're right at the bottom edge of this trend. So I think this makes sense to short here. I'm going to try shorting one contract. Again, we're trading small though, and we can't really take too much risks. We've got some good little results here. I've been scalping more so this morning. I think we got to take quick trades if we're going to trade today. I think it just needs to be quiet. And we're green on this account. We're just waiting. We got less than 10 minutes now. Flat here on this position. Now we're slightly green. Here we go. Nine minutes. Jordan J says, Doge, y'all are missing out on huge returns. Yeah, man, because nothing, listen, guys, in the history, I'm going to preface this, it's sarcasm, but in the history of the world, there's never been a more consistent returner than Dogecoin. Am I right? Dogecoin, the greatest consistent return crypto ever. Never given up big gains, always held its gains. It's never gone from 75 cents a token or a coin all the way down to 8 cents. It's definitely never done that. It's the picture of stability in a changing world. Dogecoin, guys. Cheers to it. All right, cheers to Dogecoin. All right, guys, so we're in this position. We're slightly green. Yeah, pure sarcasm. Do not copy me. Not an investment professional, guys. We're up $60. This is taking too long. How much time we got? I'm going to get out of it. Oh, man, I'm only up $25. 35. 40. I'm just going to get out. I didn't even make anything from that trade, but it's all right. Didn't the creator of Dogecoin end up selling all of his tokens for like a cheap piece of crap car? Didn't he? I can't remember if he did or not. It was something like that, right? Oh my gosh, dude. Listen, my wife's got this uncle, and he's going through a breakup, and I feel for him, right? Because he's like 60, or something. And I don't know how old he is, but he's going through a breakup, and like, Carol, he was with my wife's aunt, and then she passed away not that, like maybe like a decade ago. And he's tried to date people since, but you can tell he's kind of like new to social media. So he's on Facebook, and he's on Facebook way too much talking about his breakup. And I feel like I should message him and be like, dude, get off of social media with that. It's not the place for it. My big issue is that everybody and their grandmother claims that they were with a narcissist. Founder of 8.4 million Dogecoin sold everything in 2015 for a used Honda Civic. Bro, you could have at least gotten like a Prelude or something. A Honda Civic, dude. You traded it all for a 4-cylinder, brother. Come on now. Let's see your P&L. This is my P&L today. All right, so we've had 5 losses out of 20 so far today. Or no, so far a little bit less than that actually. So we started trading here. So 5 losses out of 18. So we're running like 72% today or so, give or take. We're green on the day. That's good, I guess. I'm a JDM guy too. I love JDM cars. I had a Prelude with VTEC. Everybody thought it was turboed. It was cool. I loved it. But still, he's mad. This is my problem though, right? Like the problem is that you got all these people that are claiming to be market experts that are telling everybody to put it all on something like Dogecoin. Dogecoin. I'm not the best investor, definitely top 3 worst ever, but like, even I know Dogecoin is not the picture of stability that you want it to be. It's definitely not something you should take a massive like bet on. When I hear people say that, I just think that they're bag holders. I think they got in at 60 cents or something like that, and now it's at what, 11 cents? Where's Doge at right now? 17 cents. So it's gone up a little bit, but even still. And maybe, I think it probably will eventually make another run. The issue is that it's just not definitive. Like, nobody freaking knows, and so anybody that claims to know, usually I just assume is emotional about a position they're in. And you can kind of use the same thought process with a lot of investing and trading and finance people in general, right? If they're super pressuring, if they're super definitive is what it is. If they're like, hey, this is gonna happen short term, do not trust what they say, because they have no freaking idea what's gonna happen. Usually they're trying to fluff their own positions. Anyways. Channel's literally called beginner trading. We're here for broader economic, not day trading. Yeah, I know. Anytime somebody wants to critique my channel, the first thing they do is they'll be like, oh, this dude's a terrible day trader. And it's kind of like, all right, well, I'm mostly an economist in any way, right? Like, I'm mostly economics. I'm mostly, like, I like looking at economics. Really, if you want me to be honest, I'm probably the best at, like, swing trading. I'm probably the best at, like, 2 to 3 month holdings. Right, something I'm holding, investing in for 2 to 3 months. That's my favorite, if I'm being honest. Right, so critiquing my day trading skill is kind of like if I run a martial arts channel and I specialize in jiu-jitsu, making fun of me because I'm not an expert at karate. Right, it's like, okay, well, that's true, but what's the point? I could critique somebody randomly for not being great at cooking tacos. But is it a valid criticism? I mean, maybe, I guess. Just because I do something doesn't mean I'm an expert. If anything, again, my whole thing is I'm top 3 worst ever. I try to hit the bar low And then if I can get over the bar, then I'm happy. You know, if I tell everybody I'm top 3 worst ever, and really they're like, no, you're probably top 5 worst ever instead, that's a winner for me. All right, guys, we're waiting. Market opens about to happen. 2 minutes. Yeah, dude, my knee freaking hurts right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll really light. Really, really light. Honestly, I can still remember when it happened. I was rolling with this kid named Hamza is his name. Good, he's good. I mean, I usually get the best of him, but I was rolling with him. Something happened, man. If you don't claim to be a good trader, how do you school people for buying Dogecoin? Because buying Dogecoin, it's not that I'm schooling people for buying Dogecoin. That's an oversimplification of it, you know. And again, I get it. When you take it out of context, it seems like a more valid criticism. I'm not schooling people from buying Dogecoin. Buy whatever you want to buy, right? Don't go from room to room pressuring everybody else to buy Dogecoin. That's my problem, you know. In the early 2000s, I could have liked Enron stock, right? But am I going to go around from room to room telling everybody to buy Enron? Of course not. You know, it's silly. Again, it usually stems from emotion. And so it's fine to like Dogecoin. It's not fine to go from room to room pumping it, trying to pressure people to buy up a super volatile and inconsistent asset. You know? And the fact that people are trying to criticize me for correcting it is silly. It's silly as well. But there's the opening bell, guys. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Market's up. Nvidia's bouncing a little bit. Tesla's down some. Let's see what we get. We got ISM manufacturing PMI. Was K's the one buying or pumping Dogecoin? I thought it was somebody else. I gotta scroll up, man. No, it was Jordan J. is who it was. All right, look at Nvidia spike up right now, man. This is kind of hard. Like, again, I think we can lower this trend now too, but I might be wrong here. Let me see. Where's the bottom of this range? I don't think this trend means anything anymore. I don't know. We'll see if it follows the top of the range. That'll dictate whether this trend's still working or not. I don't think, yeah, for sure. You don't need to be a pro day trader to be like, hey, again, you can like day trade. You can like day trading Doge, right? The problem is just don't go, just don't go from room to room telling everybody it's the greatest thing ever. That's silly. Again, find something else to do. You're not accomplishing anything. Doge has too large of a float, really. Too large of a... there's too many outstanding tokens of Doge, or coins of Doge, to get any type of influence pumping it up like that. NASDAQ up to over 20K, up to 2140. It's at 208s now, 209s, 210s for the NASDAQ. Big pump here. It's mostly driven by originally Nvidia going up big at the opening bell. Tesla at 248s. Yeah, I should probably check that parallel tool out. Constantine, you're probably right there, bro. Is Palantir flying? Honestly, dude, Palantir had crazy earnings reaction. Palantir's dumping, actually, right now. It's down to 47s. It flew in pre-market and extended hours, but now it's actually dropping since the opening bell. Yeah, I'm watching the E-mini on a 5. Alright guys, the E-mini is up big, man. This is a huge breakout. I don't know why it's up this much too, but it is. I gotta let the 5 minutes at least play out first. I'm not gonna get stuck in that 5-minute chop first things first. I'm gonna wait. Also, we got some stuff going on at 9:45. We got like the base PMI, the base services PMI for October at 55.3 expectation coming out in 12 minutes. But man, look at this run. Just gotta get rid of this trend here. I'm gonna start to short here. It's probably too extended on the upside. See if we get a turnaround. Still green on the day, but red on this trade. Now we're green on this trade. Video turn. What a run here, man. Again, we've already built up, I don't know what my cushion is on this account right now. We have a cushion of $600 on this account right now, on the day. And so we got room, right? The problem is that it's kind of running a lot, and I told myself I wouldn't trade that first 5 minutes. I guess the first 5 minutes is over. There we go, green. I want to jump out of this fast though. I'm gonna get out of here, to be honest. I don't like Tesla breaking highs just now and ripping up. We're too close to the opening bell too. Hey, later, Tiny. Have a good day. Hey. Oh, sorry. I thought you were green. Sorry. Hey, nice Oreo. Again, it looks like me exiting that trade was the right move because we're still pushing up some. Alright, we're gonna short this now. I just made about $100 real quick. Pretty good movement today on this account. We're up about 650s. A lot of people talk about DJT. I'm not just, it's just too political. It really is just too political for me. What about the Dow? Testing this high right here. We just broke past it. Look, there's this high right here. It's a lot of green though, but if there is a day where we could get some big runs, it's today. Where's Bitcoin at today? Bitcoin over 70K. I'm gonna short again up here. A little risky, a little volatile, but we'll play with it. We got a big cushion on the day. We'll add to this here, 2 contracts. Flat, green now. Took a piece off, but didn't really get a good fill. Up 90. All right, we're out the rest. So we ended up making a little bit under 100 there. A little bit under 100. We'll see if we get some better actions now. Oh, dude, my freaking knee. I wanted to short. I'm going to take a bigger risk position here, guys. I'm going to kind of trade with what I've made on the day so far, which is about $700 now. And again, this is a combine account. It's election day, so we're trading smart, and we're not taking too much crazy amount of risk or anything with our actual accounts or anything like that. So we're going to keep adding to this. See if we get a turnaround. We've had big green action already. Alright. Alright, so we got a big upward range. I'm assuming this is gonna come back down, and we've got a nice little cushion on the day first. If it doesn't, we'll be alright no matter what, but still. We're right down there, but we're not really getting the squeeze down that I wanted. Although Nvidia is falling down. There we go. There we go. We got it. All right, cool. Yeah. So we're correct about the pullback here. We're gonna switch this. Here's my P&L on this account for the day. We're gonna switch out of it and probably get funded on this one tomorrow. But here's the stats so far on it. So we got ISM Services PMI dropping in, or not ISM. We got ISM Services PMI in 15 minutes, really 20 minutes. We got regular Services PMI in 3 minutes, give or take. And our downward pressure thesis was absolutely correct. We're gonna trade on our funded account, but we're gonna trade small. And so we're gonna trade micro NASDAQ positions. You know, the range of the day is pretty freaking sideways already. So one PMI data release, Patrice, is expected at 9:45. It's the smaller release. The big one drops at 10. And again, if you want to day trade with me, this is a funded account program called Top Step. It's the most legit one in the world. They give you a demo, test your skill with it. You pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose the base one's $49. You only lose the monthly subscription. If you pass it, you get $50K in funding with a 90% split. And they've paid out over $100 million to their traders. They fund thousands of traders a year. They pay out millions of dollars in actual withdrawals. It really is. Most day traders lose. If you try to fund yourself, you're almost certain to lose. And so limit your risk. Try this. If you're good enough to pass it, you get funding with a 90% split. And I think you get to keep your first like 10 or 20K in profit as well. But if you fail, instead of losing the thousands that most day traders end up losing when they fund their own account, you only lose the monthly subscription. It's just a good way to, it's like a souped up demo account. If you were going to pay for this demo account with real-time data outside of this, it would cost about the same as the monthly subscription. The value's there. And again, if you want to check it out, here's the link. They're an affiliate of mine. I am biased. We did get that big turnaround short that we were looking for after a big pop-up in the morning. And again, it goes to show we're kind of in a big choppy trend. All right, so this is our actual funded account. I'm going to short this. we'll take 2 contracts short. We're trading small, guys. Again, I'm not going to take any massive amount of risk today to pander to the stream. Sorry. So we're down small. I want to see if this, let's take 3, and then that's it. We're not going to add more. I want to see if this retraces some of that downwick pressure. Now we're flat. Now we're slightly green on the trade. At least we were. All right, so PMI data just released. It came out at, let me see, sorry. It came out at 55, lower than expected. 55 versus 55.3 expected. So 55 versus 55.3. We're about flat in this position. I want to give it some time, though. It's a longer term trade. I want to see if it fills some of this downwick. Trying right in the middle range. Tesla's trying to push up too. My max risk on the day on this account today is $100, and so I'll let it work with flat. I do not like that it keeps popping up though. Like that retracement back down, but Nvidia's coming back down. This should help me here. I'm gonna exit half of the position there, just one, or a third of the position there, just in case. I gotta manage my risk here. And so even though I think I'm probably accurate here, yeah, there we go. We're back to green. Trying to be patient. We limited our size, and it looks like it was the right decision, but who knows? It's hard to tell. It's all based off of what Nvidia, Tesla, Apple do. Either way, it's gonna be small. Alright, so we built up some profit, but not enough to really get us excited here. Yeah, I would just trade small if you're going to trade today like I am. Right, we're going to cut half of the position. We locked it in. We're up about $30 now. Green on the trade overall. All right, 12 minutes. 12 minutes. The ISM services PMI, we're definitely going to be cutting this trade prior to that. So we're definitely going to be cutting it prior to the ISM services. And if we bounce back big and break the top of this candle, I just got to cut it and get out for a mostly flat trade. I see Nvidia coming back too. It's difficult to gauge. We're down about $40. Yeah, we just got to get out of there. It might actually reject but E-mini just broke highs. NASDAQ just broke highs too. Question is, do we start to get a reversal right here? I really don't know. Looks like it wants to come back down, but it really is hard to tell if Nvidia and Tesla are going to turn them around the other way or whether they're just going to keep ripping. NASDAQ's ripping up to 20.2s. We got a couple videos, Kane. You have to just check our video section. Alright, so we're trying to turn around here. I just don't trust anything enough to take... Yeah, again, I'm not going to show everybody everything. Like, it's very stressful to trade on stream, right? And again, most of the people that are showing you stuff have different accounts and they're doing different stuff, and so it doesn't really mean anything anyway. I would rather just be honest and tell people I'm not an expert day trading and that it's incredibly stressful to let tons of people track everything you do in markets. It's just incredibly stressful. It doesn't make any sense. And trading is about finding the least pressuring situations that you can with the biggest edge. And so yeah, again, if I was selling courses or something like that, sure, but I'd rather just be real and tell people, hey, I'm not an expert, and you know. All right, we'll see if the market starts to turn the other way. If we are in fact choppy, it's possible that the market just kind of turns back down and starts to trend back down. It doesn't mean we're going to, but it's possible. Because it shouldn't matter, Case. Again, I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm not claiming to be anything. I don't sell a course. I don't sell a service. I'm mostly an economist, you know. And if anything, top 3 worst day trader of all time, you know. So, like, it shouldn't matter. I mean, unless you're just trying to find things to criticize. If I'm an economics channel, who cares how I do day trading? Again, it's just easier for me not to have that type of pressure, if that makes sense. And I think that should be really understandable. If you got hundreds of people, sometimes thousands of people watching you, it's easier to trade whatever. Everybody's not being hypercritical. But again, it's all good. Yeah, no, all good, Kane. We got another video walking through like the steps we take to get funded. And again, if you want me to be completely honest, I don't actually need to get funded. Like most of the year, my TOS account has had hundreds of thousands of dollars in it, and I'm green on the year trading it. And so I think these funded programs are great if you don't have enough money to fund yourself. They're great in that regard. But if you do, you know, yeah. Yeah, so far market's looking strong. It's ripping up big. Looks good. Again, we'll see if it turns. I'm worried about choppiness. It's the reason I haven't traded that much. Like, we're down like $50 on the day. But I'm worried about choppiness. You know, and maybe the market turns and maybe the market does something. I really don't know. I'm waiting for the economic data. In 6 minutes, we got some economic stuff coming out. And so I want to be very, very careful with that economic stuff. Market's pushing up. Yeah, I'm looking at some of the other political stocks. I'm wondering what Tesla is really going to do today, right? Like, Tesla's the interesting one, I think. But the market is soaring up, man. Look at this big moves in markets. You get Nvidia's testing highs. Tesla's running up testing highs. Apple is testing highs. Let's see if it holds, man. Again, the ISM services data comes out in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'm curious what we're going to get from it. Yeah, 100% it's a bias. They're good for it. Yeah, and we're probably just gonna boot them. Again, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you got some people that, for whatever reason, they just kind of sit around waiting to critique. And so, you know, instead of just waiting for them to find something else to be upset with, it's just better to boot them out of here. I think maybe our conversation about the people who go to people's streams and just kind of critique them constantly, not having much else going on in their lives, maybe that conversation got to him a little bit. And cheers to him. Good day, sir. We got 3 minutes, chat. 3 minutes. Blaze, a lot of times it's the same person just creating different accounts doing it. But again, we don't have much going on right now. It's the election day is the biggest thing. But I'm nervous to trade markets because markets are boring. Typically on election days, like, we might have a big range. Choppy behavior is what I'm the most nervous about. So I'm most nervous about, like, the market going up in a big range and then down in a big range over and over again. So I don't want to get stuck in something like that. And we do have ISM services PMI again in 2.5 minutes. We'll see, X. I don't know if anybody wins, if anything's gonna happen. I really don't. I know Tesla might react negatively if he doesn't, and so I'm curious to see what happens with Tesla. Outside of that, I'm neutral politically. All right, guys, we got 1.5 minutes left. After this, I'm just going to cut it and enjoy my day and keep it easy. I'll probably keep it short and sweet. The next few days in markets, you know, unless I'm going to do political streams, which I'm certainly not, we're just going to close it down early today and just get on with our day and just enjoy it. All right, guys, we do have ISM services data dropping in about a minute, though, in about 1 minute. All right, 45 seconds. Yeah, there's a Fed meeting on the 7th. We're going to live stream. Yeah, I know if I did political streams, I'd get big views. But I also think there's a risk of running, again, it's just not my style. I don't want to be a political analyst. It's too much, like having big numbers every 4 years, I'm good. 15 seconds, guys, 15 seconds. All right, here we go. It's expected for ISM data is expected at 53.8. Here's the release right here, 53.8. It's about to drop right now. And here we go. So they just came out at 56. 56, higher than expected services sector. Higher than expected services at 56 versus 53.8 for services. I'll put this number up on screen. Global composite came in at 54.1. S&P Global Services came in at 55. And again, ISM services data came in at 56 versus 53.8. 56. $53.8 expected. So we'll put this up on screen too. That's the data they showed. Again, 56 versus 50. Oh, wait, did I get this wrong? 53.8 is what it was. Yep. All right, so there's the services data. Market didn't really move too much. A little bit stronger services sector. A little bit stronger. Although the market's flying right now. Yeah, Nvidia broke highs again just now here. Tesla down a little bit, but kind of forming a bull flag, I would say. So very strong looking report. Again, I'm gonna get out of here, chat. My knee freaking hurts, bro. I hurt my knee. I'm gonna have to go stretch it, exercise it, see how it feels. But yeah, y'all be good. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early. Tomorrow we don't have much going on. It's a boring week. Next week's better, but this week's a little boring. Tomorrow we got MBA 30-year mortgage rates. We got the Fed meeting on Thursday. And then Friday, we got Michigan consumer sentiment data. All kind of slow, though, and boring. Last week was packed full of stuff constantly all week. Look at that next week, though. Next week is CPI week. So Wednesday, we got CPI data. Thursday, we got PPI data. Jobless claims. Friday, England GDP data and retail sales. So next week's busy except for Monday and Tuesday. But all right, guys, I'm out of here. Hey, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, we're not streaming the election results. Again, I'm just not a big political guy. I'll see you guys later. Y'all be good. Have a great day. Check out Top Step if you want to help support the channel. Link is in the description. I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys later.